Hello everyone and welcome back to our first official iRacing race of 2025. Yes, I'm a little bit rusty and I thought the best way to go about it was chucking myself in at the deep end. This week, the Porsche Cup heads to Mugello for a 13-lap race here around a brilliant Italian circuit. I looked at this combo. I thought I need to give this a bit of a whirl. Of course, all of the new tweaks and changes to iRacing as well, especially with the new debris system, has made the Porsche Cup apparently a very, very dynamic series. So we're going to take a look today. This race has got pretty much everything in it, including, sadly, an intentional retaliation as well, which is a little bit of a shame later on in the day. Get yourself subscribed if you're new. If you haven't tried iRacing before and you want to do so, please do consider using my link down in the description as well. But yeah, we line up P10 for this race today, right in the middle of the pack, so hopefully we can avoid the chaos at turn 1. Well, here we go then. First race back in a very, very long time here on iRacing. I am nervous for this. Try and build up the revs, and it's not a very long hold whatsoever there, but we are going to go green flag racing then. A couple of guys struggling off the start on the inside. Luckily, everybody is going to be able to keep it pointing in the right direction down in towards turn 1. I'll try and claim a couple of easy ones before the first corner. That guy behind has absolutely been optimistic on the brakes. As well, we've got more chaos going on up in front. Just trying to navigate. Just trying to navigate. Just trying to navigate. We got another 3-wide moment. Oh, dearie me, that was scary. Got a 0x there for a little bit of contact with the guy on my inside, but we've survived, and that's the all-important thing off the start of this one, is everybody just trying to build up temperature in their tyres. Try and do the old up and under on the number 4 car. They're just not quite confident enough on the throttle on the exit. But yeah, 11 laps ahead of us then here from Mugello today, so should only be about a 20-minute just over race here. I qualified really, really badly, obviously trying to build up temperature on the first qualifying run, and then just picked up a 1x on the second, and that would have put us right up towards the front of the order. So yeah, we've definitely got pace in the car, as Crew Chief now gives you so much more information than he ever used to as well, which I guess is a really, really nice thing there. Is just struggling so badly with the understeer early on. But yeah, I forgot as well, we're up to 1,900 iRating at the moment, so I'm not that far away from 2k, which would be nice to hit early on this year. I've got a couple of other things I need to do during this first season. Number 1 is trying to get my Formula license back up to A, and number 2 is trying to get my Oval license back up to A as well there. Oh, that was just far too optimistic. Try to stay out of the way. There seems to be more chaos behind. Everybody's struggling through that final corner. So I don't know. Oh, we got the 2x on the loss of control, didn't we? I thought we'd had contact there with someone, but luckily not. So how many places have I dropped then by the end of lap 1? We're down to P15. It's really disappointing there, but I can still see the top 10. Not too far away either, as Pink Car trying to look down the outside of turn 1. Very quickly you'll notice the circuit falls away from you, but yeah, Mugello as well in a Porsche Cup car, brilliant combination inside the sim. It was kind of why I decided that this would be the first race back. You know, I needed something that was going to be a bit of a challenge. I like to throw myself in at the deep end, but yeah, I also needed you know, a combo that I felt was going to be good fun as well. And this one certainly, I mean, any car pretty much around Mugello feels very, very enjoyable to drive. But something like this that is a very, very raw experience as well is all the more fun there, is getting right up on the gearbox of the Red Bull liveried Porsche as we make our way through the fearsome Arrabbiata corners. Whoa! I apologise there, he scrubbed off way more speed than I was expecting, and I didn't want to take him out. A little bit unlucky to get a 4x. Let's try and keep that instant count nice and low throughout this race there. Yeah, he just scrubbed off way more speed than I was ever expecting him to. I noticed he ran a little bit wide, but he definitely could have kept his foot in a bit more than he did. I mean, yeah, we've got to try and find a way around this guy. I've only been following him a lap, and I can already tell he is struggling a whole lot at the moment. Just not quite able to do anything there, though. You know, we've got to be patient. You can see how much time we've lost to the little gaggle of cars just up the road. So yeah, we have got to be careful One of the other reasons as well I wanted to test out this combo was apparently now the Porsche Cup car, because of obviously all the new debris kind of physics inside the game as well. Apparently the Porsche Cup car, the racing really is quite dynamic now and changes each and every lap. So I thought, you know, we give that a whirl as well. It seems to be the series that people are talking about the most for it. Standing outside in towards turn 1. A little bit of a snag at the brake there, but we will get round him. He'll try and get the nose back at the inside, but we'll give him a little bit of a pinch. Hard but fair racing, and well, let's go in on attack mode then.
There's an incident in turn 3.
Another one gone. That'll be P12, thank you. So we are gaining up a few spots. If we could walk away from here, you know, gain, even if it's just a couple of iRacing, I think I would be rather happy with that at the end of the day, but yeah, there's a little bit of a gap, like 3.5 seconds up to those drivers in front, but you know, a little bit of clear air, that's not such a bad thing at the moment. Just trying to get back into the swing of things. Of course, we've got a couple of big races coming up in the not too distant future. Raw before the 24 this weekend. I think I'm going to run the Mercedes GT4 car for that, and then the proper Daytona 24 the weekend after. I've spoke to the boys. I think we're either going to probably run Cadillac or Ferrari. We just haven't quite decided yet. I'm personally kind of steering more towards the Cadillac, to be honest. I think the Ferrari is going to be so popular. You know, the Cadillac we're all very used to as well. We've all done a fair bit of racing in it throughout 2024. So, you know, you've got to maintain some loyalty, or sometimes as well there, as clearly the Porsche doesn't like me talking about other cars. Just tries to remind me about what we're driving
There's an incident in
this moment.
15. It looks like it's
another one gone? Yeah, someone else has gone for a spin. Have they gathered it up? Yes, they have. So, I'm going to be a little bit closer there as, yeah, that final corner, not normally one that I think people tend to struggle at, but clearly today it's just a little bit different. So we are up then into P12. This would lose us 26 iRating, so not ideal.
It looks like Luca and Polak.
Please don't rejoin. That's a really terrible rejoin. I don't know who that was, but that is first race of the year, and it seems like that kind of thing is never going to escape us. If you span out and there's cars coming, hold your brakes. Let them get around you. Really just kind of... I mean, it's so silly and unnecessary. It's given this guy in front probably a little bit of damage. It's cost him even more time than if he just kind of stayed out of the way. But people will never learn, I'm afraid. It's really sad. But as we make our way back through then, we are now in the fight for that top 10. So I think just by staying on the island here, we're probably going to end up getting a pretty good result out of it. I just want to try and keep my Martini Porsche Cup car in one piece as best as we can. But hoping as well that, yeah, we can try and keep the instant count fairly low, as just trying to get the weight transfer, trying to relearn this car. I don't know when the last time I would have driven it would have been, but it certainly was probably a long old time ago now. I do enjoy it though. It's a it's always been a fun car inside the sim. It used to probably be a little bit too skatey, probably a little bit too unpredictable, but yeah, with the 992 variant, it does work quite nicely nowadays, as just see people trying differing lines through this final corner.
Sebastian, 151.55.
I'm trying to go with a fairly composed hug the apex until sensibly you can let go of it and try and run the car out wide at that final corner as well. But yeah, I've never done much racing around Mugello inside iRacing, but it is, yeah, a fantastic circuit. Love to see it come back to Formula 1, but I don't think it'll happen, unfortunately, IRL. We've got that one race during COVID as well. Things are getting a little bit scrappy just in front. I sense opportunities here. We are the #1 car in this split. Of course, that was always going to happen. First race back when I'm feeling rusty, we absolutely get chucked in at the deep end, as well, we're up to P11 then, so we're still gaining more and more places here. So we're almost back to where we started, despite the little error that I made. So we're going to keep just trying to see if we can pick up the pieces at the moment there. I mean, yeah, this train in front, I can see, what, P6 that is? In that little 3-ride battle. So, yeah, we can certainly try and close in on all of those guys if possible. There does definitely seem to be quite a lap time spread in this race. Or someone run a little bit wide. A bit of smoke and gravel being kicked up and everything like that. And suddenly, well, 2 3-car battles is almost turning into a 1 6-car battle. We're just trying to hang on to the coattails of this group, but then hopefully things are going to get a little bit interesting. It's 13 laps, not 11, sorry. No idea how I missed that in pre-race sign-up, but we've got a little bit of extra running then, which I guess is nice. So you just see gravel's getting kicked up. Circuit is probably one of the worst ones for it, but you have got to be careful. So someone else has binned it.
Fastest lap for Sebastian.
No idea where. Couldn't see a car. There is one. So we're going to gain another one then, and back into the top 10 we go of this GP. So yeah, doing really, you know, we're making good progress. It reckons we're up to 9th place. So there must have been a couple of cars then that got collected. Here we go. The Sens started to come in down at turn 1. Happy just to let these guys fight. Happy just to try and take a bit of free time out of them. So that red car there, just trying to unsettle. Come on, let's just reel these guys in. We can be patient. We've got good pace at the moment. All about the gearing as well, I find around here. So much of this circuit is 3rd and 4th gear. But my mind keeps telling me you want to downshift to 2nd just to try and get the rotation, but it's actually so much slower around this venue as well through quite a few sections. So trying to be careful there as well. Back end just lifting up on that curbing ever so slightly, so gotta just be careful with it. So make our way up through the top of the circuit there. It's you know, a beautiful setting as well, a fast-flowing circuit hidden in the hills here in Italy. I'd love to go to Mugello in real life.
The gap ahead is now.
And you know, a track day here I think would be so fun.
Incident in turn 11.
It's mainly used for Ferrari testing.
And Michael.
Another couple apparently involved in an incident. So there definitely seems to be more and more of them. Let's just balance the car over the curbing here. You really can take a lot of curb through that final chicane of the lap. Oh, where's that red car going? I sent it a little bit too deep in as well, but we might just be able to latch on for a little bit of slipstream there at the final corner. Oh, he's pitting. Why are people pitting in this race? Have I missed something here? No idea why people are pitting so much, but we're slowly improving our time steadily as well at the moment.
Car number 4, C license. Your lap times are improving.
And I like the look of that 3-way scrap just in front then. So I think we've definitely got enough fuel to get to the end, everything like that. There never used to be a pit stop in Porsche Cup. I don't think there is now. No, we've definitely got enough fuel. Just a lot of people seem to be retiring out of it, which is rather peculiar
We've just cut the track.
at the end of the day. But freebies are freebies, and that's all I'm too worried about at the moment. There's up to 7x though, so not doing a great job with that. We are taking just a bit more time out of these guys in front. I think we were unlucky with that 4x. I was on the brakes trying to get out of it, and it certainly wasn't a big shove or anything like that, but you know, the iRacing gods do as they may. Come on, nice and tidy. This thing always sounds good as well. I do love the sound of this Porsche Cup car. So try and navigate our way through. Oh, a little bit of bobbling. Those sausage curbs you've got to be careful of, and again, people just throwing up the gravel. It is a really nice new feature that iRacing have implemented, you know, just adding to that realism. I'm sure there will be some races where it's worth trying to avoid the gravel and everything like that, and of course it's being kicked up, and you know, you've got to be mindful as well. This guy behind you, running fast. So let's just see if we can try and defend from him there as well. I'll try to go for a late apex through that final corner. It's worked alright there as well. There's another little mistake. And Cisco just in front there, having a little bit of a moment through that final corner. So that will hopefully, again, just allow us to continue reining these guys in.
11, B license.
So let's see if we can try and capitalise.
Delta 151.32.
So there we go. Yeah, guy behind is running very, very fast. 51.3 is all. There we go. Javier's gone.
Incident in turn 1.
That's a freebie. Thank you. Whoa. Just see Saeed as well, almost binning it. So, yeah, we're picking up the freebies at the moment. I'm not going to complain. But, yeah, this is getting very, very kind of tricky for a lot of people. Apart from our error on lap 1, we've done alright so far. I don't want to jinx myself, you know, before the end of this or anything. You know, I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel like we're having an okay return to the sim. Lines like that, though, won't help. There's an apex in there. You wouldn't believe it with that line. Just trying to get up to these two in front. Saeed does look pretty fast at the moment. Definitely quicker than Jerome in front of him. But yeah, we are going to probably get jumped as well by Lewis behind us. He's absolutely flying along, so, well, it's an interesting place to try and look for a dive, but he's going for it, or trying to look for it. Seeing if you can, you know, upset the guy in front, force an error, and, you know, have the easy spot. So chuck our way again through those final chicane.
Car number 4, C license.
I mean, he's just looking for it everywhere at the moment. Just, oh, and he's made it work, though. Little error coming out from Jerome. That might give us a bit of slipstream as well out of that final corner. So, yeah, we really are just kind of finding ourselves in the right place at the right time at the moment. That's new fastest lap for us, or new personal best. 52.7. So, yeah, I mean, we're still over a second off of that lap time from the guy behind who absolutely sent it in. It's a good job I outbroke myself, to be honest. Because Lewis, yeah, was certainly going to try and fire it in as well there. So, he's probably the quickest of the bunch. Saeed as well is looking pretty racy. So, those two might end up battling, and then it might be Jerome versus myself. So, we've got no real threats from behind either. Let's just see what these guys all do. See, you really can't switch back on the exit of that corner. So we're just trying to fill the mirrors, seeing, you know, if we can capitalise as well. There is, oh, I'm just watching the way Lewis is throwing that car, and he just seems to have a little bit more kind of front end, it feels like. It'll be his driving style. This is a fixed setup. But it is impressive there. That's not so impressive. He's going to completely try and drive him off the road. So I just didn't quite have the confidence. I thought maybe Jerome will try and sling one back up the inside there. So thought, you know what? I don't want part of that. I think we'll back out of that one just temporarily. So yeah, we'll see now. Lewis, I'm sure, go in hot pursuit of Saeed. Oh, no, he won't. No, he will not. There is... Oh! This is getting very, very feisty towards the end of this one. I'm just trying to stay out of the trouble. I don't want any drama here, but clearly Jerome and Lewis do. So, oh no, no. I'm not, I don't like that. That's not what you want to see. Well, I hope Lewis gets protest for that one. I'll be honest, that is ridiculous. I mean, he moved the other guy out of the way beforehand. He gets, you know, you give it one way, you get it back, you kind of let it be. But just to then do that, I think is a little bit, well, it's not a little bit, it's completely stupid, isn't it? It's a shame that that seems to be a more common occurrence now on iRacing. But, yeah, I mean, unfortunately for me as well, that kind of ruins any late race battle we were going to have towards the end of this race. So, you know, make of that whatever you will, because I don't think we got the pace over Saeed. Yeah, his best lap 52.0. So I don't think we're going to get to him by the end. Francisco, though, behind. He's running some fairly good lap times. So we can try and stay in a rhythm and hang on in these last 4 laps. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen a proper retaliation like that inside iRacing, you know, personally in the sim, and it's just so disappointing, especially for something like that. Like, if someone had completely wiped you out originally, I mean, I still don't really understand it, but I can kind of get it a little bit more. It's kind of, if someone's completely ruined your race, you know, on purpose, then people might go for it. I personally still wouldn't, but, you know, some people will. But the fact, you know, that was he initiated the aggression there. He initiated that contact, if you will, the original contact. Anyway, he gave him no room on the exit, and it was very much giving me a "I'm faster than you" vibe. But you know, I'm now starting to see why he's got such a good pace, but only 1,600 iRacing. He was going to gain like 50 from this race. Like, well, that's just 50. It's not like he's battling for P16 or something like that. He was going to gain a fair chunk of change from this one, but you know, he's just completely ruined it for himself as well. And say, I hope he gets himself a nice vacation, because that was, I mean, even with all the context provided, just ridiculous. And like I said, I don't know whether is Francisco still running. No, is that a different Francisco? Oh, no, sorry, it was Jerome, wasn't it? I was going to say. Well, we'll obviously take a look properly on the instant report at the end of the race, but yeah, it's just sad. Just sad. That's the only way I can describe it. But anyway, for us though, I mean, I guess it's 2 freebies that I reckon I was going to have one of them, but I certainly wasn't going to get past him again. So we're running now up in P6 then, and when you factor in the error we made early on, actually, yeah, I've done a pretty good drive up to this point. I think sensibly, best case scenario, we could be P5. We could be ahead of Saeed, but his pace looks pretty good anyway at the moment, so I wouldn't expect us to necessarily get the better of him towards the end of this race as well. But yeah, making our way through that. I want to try and chase a couple of fast laps towards the end of this one, just kind of see what I can extract out of the car as well when we're really focusing in towards the end. But yeah, I mean, this car is so dominated by kind of how well you can roll in the brakes.
Sebastian, 151.31.
Yeah, 51.3 is a very good lap time there. 1.4 seconds clear of myself. I'm sure top guys will be probably down in 48s, 49s in these conditions. Got a long way. If I ever wanted to go pro on iRacing, I've certainly got a fair old way left to get. I want to take part in more series though in 2025. You know, not pro series or anything like that. Like fancy just giving a few other bits and pieces a go as well when I've got the time. Anyway, let's see what we can chase then. Down in towards turn 1, braking, or just that white line, or apparently just sliding our way through. This lap clearly won't be a flyer, and might even invite Francisco behind to believe he's got a bit better of a shot there. Just kicking out the back end, maybe demanding too much of the tyres late on.
Looks like Mandel.
That's the car behind us again, so I'm not going to worry about that one. Ah, not another 1x, that's annoying. Late on in the day. 8x, I think we're probably going to lose just a tiny bit of SR with that. We might even get another one before this race is over and done with. But, I mean, looking at the lap times, though, we're actually seemingly doing pretty well there as well. Javier. That was Javier, sorry, behind me. They just made a bit of an error, so... yeah, I think sensibly we're about where we should be in this race in terms of the pace. You know, we've done a good job with avoiding a lot of the chaos, but yeah, still, you know, got a little bit more to learn, a little bit more to go again before I feel like I'm back up to pace like I was last year. You know, especially when we were doing quite a few of those big endurance races as well. Really good fun there, but leader then about to start, or maybe has already started the last lap of this race. I'm 31 seconds behind. He has definitely started fastest lap, as there seems to be a bit of a chase going on at the front of the order for the fastest lap. No bonus points or anything, just bragging rights here as we round our way out of that final turn. Then we got 8 seconds to the guy in front, 6 seconds to the guy behind. The final result might not show it, but yeah, this has certainly been a crazy one for us here from Mugello. But we were fairly sensible early on. We've tried to stay out of trouble as best as I can, so I think we can be pretty happy with how this race has gone there, as that's the line I wanted in towards turn 1. Carry the throttle on the exit before we make our way through turn 2. And turn 3 then. Nice and easy there, as yeah, tyres are definitely getting more heat in them. They're finally feeling like they're getting up to where you'd want them to be. This race there is third gear through this next chicane. Definitely going to take a bit more curb on the inside, and we'll get another 1x.
V6.
Of course we will.
Keep it nice and tidy.
Really stupid error to make on this last lap, especially, like I said, we're only chasing lap times here. Not trying to do anything too special. So we navigate our way through the Arabiatas, though. Just see struggling still to get that front end where I want it. Oh, a little bit of a wobble up over the top of the hill there. Let's just try to learn just how much curb can you take in a Porsche Cup car as well, but navigating our way through again, you've got to try and get as close to without hitting those sausage curbs as best as you can. But breaking down, I try and leave it in third gear here. You know you've nailed it when you leave it in third and you still find some delta on the exit there, but just a couple more corners to navigate them. This chicane completely flat out, nice and easy. Just don't run too wide on the exit. But I believe, yeah, it is, I don't know who that is actually, that is going to lead this one and take the victory here. I've bowled it through the final corner. That's annoying. And another 1x as well, of course. Sebastian takes the win, though. Alex in P2 ahead of Tom. And our fellow Matt in P4 there. But from 10th on the grid, we were down to P15. I will take a P6 finish here at Mugello.
Well done, mate.
We definitely had splits to get into the 51s there. Right at the very end. But yeah, let's go take a look at our incident report. And then we'll have a look at our final race results. Well, here we are then taking a look at our incident report. They pretty much kicked off immediately there as well. The number 6 and the number 2 car did make contact. Those were the ones I was trying to avoid down in towards turn 1. But luckily, everybody making their way through fairly calm. This is what happened at the front of the order then. The number 13, I think, I'll be honest, just took a bit too much there. Takes the number 5 out. That's a bit of a shame, actually, because, I mean, he's comfortably in front of him. Actually looking for a move on the leader there. Kind of spots that 13 going in for a very, very late move there. And, well, yeah, he's just a bit unlucky just to get turned around there. And again, the Kraken car just kind of adding insult to injury when all is said and done. Number 17, you can see me going for a spin just in front. There is, so that's the guy, obviously, yeah, that did the revenge later on. So, yeah, he went for a spin early, just like myself there. Number 19, we've got a couple of these Red Bull cars. Oh, this was the contact we made. I'll admit, from his end, that was a bigger punt than I intended. I do apologise. But, yeah, luckily no harm, no foul to him in that one, apart from the 4x for the contact. Anyway, Alex again then through the final couple of corners. Oh, just going to have a little bit of a bump there with the number 6 car. Luckily this time round doesn't decide just to swipe him to Narnia. At least not yet anyway. As the 3 actually is going to get a really, really good run back in towards turn 1 there. That is going to get very, very nip and tuck. But a good little double overtake there by the 3. Will he hang on to it though against the 12? Yes, he will. So yeah, good move done in that incident. Number 6 though. Did his steering disconnect? He just goes straight on. That is really, really weird. I don't know whether he just gave up. I mean, he's got a duff car, so maybe he's hammered. And decided he was going to fall asleep. Yeah, that was a really, really odd little incident there. Oh, 6 again, just tipping the number 12 car around down at turn 1. Oh, so this was the guy that did the terrible rejoin as well. So kind of decides ums and ahs about it, then gets bashed around again. So yeah, the number 12 car, Plato here, really was in the wars this race. Decided he'd take it out on his fellow drivers by the end of the afternoon there, as he's going to go for a spin. I think I've got the wrong car, because this guy's absolutely seen everything today throughout this race, which is quite impressive there. Number 18 just you know, took that too much curb on the inside there and will face the consequences. That's what's going on here. Then we got the 5 and the 18. Oh, that's just unlucky in the end. You can see number 2 goes for a bit of a spin again. Oh, so it's the 17 car then that's going for some aggressive moves. And just turns across him there. And as he tries to get going, there's another crash behind. He's going to get tipped into a spin. And all of these battles... Oh, don't! Oh, why did they do that? You could see that was going to happen. That is incredible, but so painful all at the same time. Number 18, again, just a little bit of a spin in through turn 1. That's going to be a bit of a shame for him, but luckily, I think well, it's not a great rejoin, but he will get out of the way. Just in the nick of time there. I want to see our intentional takeout. Because here we go. This was the guy just in front of me that will tip it round. So another freebie for us. And now you can see the 18 again. How much is he struggling with the rear end through those final couple of corners there? Way too heavy on that loud pedal once again here. Here we go. Is this the proper battle? Number 14, number 17. Yep, there we go. I mean, he tipped him around and then helped him go back in the right direction again. It was a bit aggressive, but obviously we'd already seen the previous incident that obviously led to this one. And I mean, as he makes his way through in towards the final corner, this is just not what you want to see. Like, again, why? Why on earth waste your own time? Waste your time, waste everybody else's time. Just a really, really stupid one in the end. 16, oh, tries to scrub it off. Didn't want to run into the back of the 19. And we'll again go for another lazy spin down at the final couple of corners. But that's going to do us then, I believe. All of our incidents here from Mugello. Let's go take a look at our final race results. Well, taking a look then at our final race results, 36 iRating gained. A little bit sad to lose 0.4 SR, but yeah, we were just a bit too sloppy throughout a lot of the early stages there. Sebastian, though, absolutely dominated that. Led pole position and led right to the very end there. Alex, though, did just claim his fastest lap bonus point away from it, or pride, I should say, inside our racing. Tom in P3, like we said, ahead of Matt, Saeed, myself there, Francisco, Lucas, Michael, and Martin rounding out our top 10. We did see 13, though, of our 19 starters make their way right the way through to the checkered flag there. And I mean, look at that. Lewis's safety rating, 1.5. He's not going to be able to compete in Porsche Cup for much longer as well. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon with more iRacing content.